Hello dear students, this is Simi Dango, lecturer English, St. Gregory's High School and College. We write and send various types of emails every day. They may be friendly, professional resumes, planning for events, and so on. Writing an effective email is indeed very important. Thus, the lesson to discuss today is writing email. How to write down an effective email. So dear students, before going in details about the discussion how to write down an email, let's see the contents what we are going to discuss in this lesson. Firstly, we will discuss about the definition of email, and there will be some tips of writing an effective email. Then we will talk about email bypasses, format of writing email, complete format of an email, tasks, and home tasks for you. Now let's talk about what is an email. An email or electronic mail is a system which enables us to convey our ideas or share our experiences with others. It is one of the fastest way of communication. 5 tips of writing an effective email. So some question may be arised in your mind that how to write down an effective email. Now I can confirm you that these tips will help you to write down an effective email. Number 1. Clear purpose. In this point, I'm going to clear you that it is very important to know the purpose of your email. The receiver should be sure about the point. So dear students, you have to be very clear about the purpose of sending of your email. If you want to send an effective email, then you have to follow the rules of writing email very sincerely, and you have to clear your purpose. If you don't clear your purpose, then your email will not be effective as it is supposed to be. The next one, use the subject line wisely. So take the time to select a meaningful, straightforward subject line that tells the reason for email clearly. When a reader or a receiver receives your email, then firstly he checks out the subject of the email to identify whether the email is essential or not. So while writing an email, you should be very wise to select your subject, and you have to be wise while writing the subject of an email. Make sure your identity. Take time to make sure that your full name is placed as the sender so that the receiver will know that who you are. So it is also very important when the receiver receives an email, then at first he just find out that who is sending this email. Suppose if you just don't write down your name perfectly in your email address, then you have to be clear that you are giving your identity sincerely and correctly. Otherwise, your email will not be successful. It will not be essential as it is supposed to be. So to make your email important, it is very urgent to clear your identity. So avoid using initials or nicknames. So don't use nicknames. Just write down your full name and full identity. Get to the point. So you have to be to the point. Make sure your email are concise. People want to know that what the email is about as soon as they open it. After a brief greeting followed by a comma, make sure the next few lines are related specifically to the subject of the email. If this is a reply to another email, then reply immediately to any questions posed in the original email. So, dear students, when composing the email, do not use unnecessary words. Just short sentences and paragraphs are better than long ones. You should select short sentences than paragraphs. So, use an active voice such as "We are sending your order today" instead of saying "Your order will be sent by us today." That means make your point very clear, concise. Right. The next one, make sure your email are readable. There is nothing more annoying than an email that cannot be read for various reasons. Whether it's because of poor grammar or spelling, or the use of inappropriate fonts and abbreviations, or even worse. So, an email written in bright colors or all capital letters. It is always best to use the proper format when sending an email. Check your email text before sending it and keep the formatting simple. Put a blank line between paragraphs. So it's very important to remember that an email is a form of communication. It is not a piece of work. So dear students, don't make it too much ambiguous. Don't make it too much complicated. Just write down in simple language, write down in active form so that your email will be readable, understandable to the receiver. Email bypasses. After you send your email, you might not receive an answer for a number of reasons. So, it's very important that important emails are sometimes bypassed because the receiver simply looks at the subject and decides to skip even if the information within the emails is essential. So, to avoid email bypasses or delete it, just follow the key points. You will get the attention of the receiver. So, what will be the format of an email? Dear students, please be sincere about the format of an email. You can write down an email with to and subject, and also from to send subject. Right. Now, I'm going to explain the format for you. So you can see that here from. Okay? This from indicates the sender's address, and this to indicates to receiver's address. While writing email, you have to be very careful about these points. And date. Sometimes we say sent. It's better to write down sent. Okay? And then subject, about the format of writing email. That means subject of email. And after that, you have to write down the salutation, like dear friend or respected sir. This is called salutation. Don't use any comma after salutation. Why? I'm making you clear. Just in modern English, we don't use comma. Whether you're writing an application, you don't need to put any comma. And after that, the body of the email. Here you have to write down the purpose of writing your email in details. In this part, you have to state your purpose in details. So, write this body or details in simple language, in simple tone. And after that, leave space and then write regards. This is called complimentary clause. Then write down sender's name of the sender at the end of the email. Okay, so let's try to write down an email. Suppose one of your friends borrowed your book from you. Send a message to him through email to return your book. First, we are writing with the first format. You can write down to or subject. You can start your email with to and subject. So here you have to write down email address and after that subject. So the related subject of this exercise is request to return a book. I already discussed about the subject, how to write down a subject. So you have to state your purpose or your subject line very wisely so that the receiver can easily understand your purpose of writing an email. So this is the salutation. Dear Jamil, it's a pretty long time you borrowed a book entitled A Comparative Handbook on Everyday Grammar by Principal Hassan Ali from me. But you have not returned it to me yet. Perhaps you have forgot it. However, I will have to sit for the annual examination in the next month. So I am badly in need of the book. Please return it without delay. So this is complimentary clause. Thanking you or regards. Jia. Right. So now this is another format. From to sent subject. Okay. So here again your email address and then to whom you are going to send, receiver's address, then sent, that means date. Subject, a request to return a book, okay, and so on. So here you have home tasks. Suppose you are Mansoor and your friend is Mukul, who is living in Sylhet. Now write an email to your friend describing about co-curricular activities of your school or college. Suppose your name is Ishan. The annual prize giving ceremony of your school was held yesterday. Now write an email to your friend Ishana describing it. Number 3. Suppose you are Mahin. One of your cousins lives in Kumilla cantonment. Now send an email informing him of the outing you have enjoyed recently. Dear students, this is the end of today's lesson. Thanks for attending the class. Take care of yourself. Stay home, stay safe.